Trash talk might work in other sports, but if you trash talk in swimming, you're giving your opponents an advantage. And there's a simple psychological reason for that. Trash talk is a common psychological tactic used in various sports, serving to intimidate opponents, distract them from their plans, and to psych oneself up. This year, we will see the most exciting Olympic relay, the 4x100 freestyle. For the first time in history, we have 5 teams with a realistic shot of winning. This is the relay where the most trash talk has been used in the past. But this year, everyone is silent. And that is smart. I'm going to make a video about every swimming event at the Olympics this year. The goal is that through these videos, we can enjoy swimming even more and discover new tools to swim better. Let me give you examples of trash talk and how they have backfired. In 2015, Chad Leclaus saw Michael Phelps winning and said, "Look, I don't want to say it's easy to swim by yourself, but it's a lot harder when you know Chad Leclaus is coming for you at the last 50 meters. That's what he's got to think about, really." A year later, even with a bad stroke finish, Michael Phelps won the 200 fly and Chad got 4th. In 2009, Caeleb, who broke Phelps' mark of 50.22, said, "I'm capable of swimming under 50, which would be enough to win the gold." The same year, Phelps won. Okay, so trash talk doesn't work with the GOATs, you might say. The same thing happened with Michael Jordan. Well, trash talk didn't work for Mark Horton either. Horton had problems with Sun Yang, and he said, "I ignored him. I don't have time or respect for drug cheats." That same year, Horton didn't want to get in the podium after Sun beat him. It doesn't even work when the media trash talks. James the Missile Magnuson is not going to be beaten in the 100-meter freestyle. While the Americans have a loaded and dominant squad, they won't be able to hang with Magnuson in this preferred event. A few days later, this happens. Adrian won. If you think about it, it makes sense that it works in other sports, but not in swimming. Most of the trash talk in swimming comes during the relays, and there's a good psychological reason for that. This works in sports where you have a game plan, but the best swimmers are the ones who know when to shut their intrusive thoughts. No game plan, just instinct. They just need one simple reason to win and let the body do the rest. During the relays, trash talk is used to hype your teammates up, but when the rival finds out, it backfires. If you give your rivals a strong enough reason to win, they will. The classic example is when Gary Hall Jr. said a long quote with a little bit of trash talk. "We are going to smash them like guitars," but the guitars triumphed. Then, in 2008, there was talk about smashing again, but this time it came from the French team. The Americans used it as fuel to win a very important relay. The French kept trash talking, but this time they kept him to themselves. They were angry about losing that relay. This helped them win that relay on the next Olympics in 2012. We saw this in the media. Why the United States men 4x100 relay was disappointing. The US men were definitely disappointed in themselves, and they were disappointing to people back home as well. And here's why. And that media trash talk probably helped them win 4 years later in 2016. Then came Caeleb Dressel, who found the best way to use trash talk as an advantage.
I think it's a very important part of the sport, especially in practice. I mean, I don't really do it to my competitors, of course not. You know, I mean, when I'm at a meet, I'll just, I've heard you say, let my swimming do the talking. I mean, I think that everyone within the sport of swimming has a certain respect for one another. But in practice, it's just different. I think it keeps it lighthearted. And some people swim better angry. You know, I mean, if you were to pipe up the Tom, I mean, he responds really well to it. And I respond well to it. It's fun. It keeps it lighthearted. It can take your mind off things when you're looking for the next thing to say when you're coming into the other wall.
It worked because they won in 2020. Like Dressel said, trash talk among friends can benefit both. But trash talk against rivals can benefit the rivals if they find out. I like it. I think it benefits the sport by creating drama and an increase in viewership. Trash talk is especially dangerous when it comes from your own internal voice.
Yeah, me, terrible, my body is done. Oh geez. Yeah, it's like interesting. I mean, I know I'm laughing a little bit, but when you're writing this isn't as a joke.
That is why today's sponsor is BetterHelp. I'm just kidding. We don't have sponsors on this channel. We don't enjoy talking about products we don't fully believe in and have tried ourselves. The only ones that we 100% believe in are ours. They're not perfect, but we are always trying to improve. Have you downloaded our app yet? Trash talking ourselves is a danger we can avoid with the proper coaching and skills. For me, focusing on the journey rather than the destination has helped me. That is why my goal is to break a world record with 3 of my friends at the age of 103. It might be an unrealistic goal, but the journey seems fun. Plus, if we manage to stay alive and healthy enough, we won't have much competition. San Diego Swim Masters team has a world record for this age group, but there's no world record for the age group above. This year is going to be very exciting. Last year, Australia won the World Championships, followed very closely by the Italians and the Americans. China, Canada, and Brazil are not far away either. China has the fastest man of 2023. Australia has Kyle Chalmers. Maybe we will see Caeleb Dressel in this relay too. This year, we haven't heard a lot of trash talk, at least not from the men's side. I think they have learned their lesson. Don't trash talk too loudly if you don't want to help your rivals. One tactic psychologists recommend for this self-trash talk is the inner child work. There are different techniques to do this. One is journaling, writing letters to or from your younger self, which can be a powerful way to understand and process emotions. In a way, that is exactly what I did in this video. Everything you need to swim better. The comment section of that video is getting ridiculous. So we made little awards for the best ones, like this one. See you there, swim fast.